Hello everyone, this is Mr. Saem Today I'll be solving May-June 2021, but this paper will be solved quite rapidly. I will call it a rapid paper solution. Okay, so I recorded a lecture of it, but I obviously somehow didn't save it. Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll explain each and every function that I've applied in my sheet already, just to save time. And I'll also share the Excel workbook file on my YouTube channel link below. You can even download and study from there. I'll explain it. So the very first part that you have, obviously you need to do some formatting, and you can see over here is this is quite basic formatting, which I've done over here. You need to have your center number, candidate number at the bottom. So I'm pretty sure all of you will be able to do that. So I'm just saving time over here. The examiner has been quite generous, I would say, to give 15 marks for this. In point number 2, as you know, is that we have to enter a formula in C14, okay, right, in C14 over here, as you can see the formula, okay, and is to display a blank cell if the soil type is not soft chalk or pet, or to display the following text if the soil type is soft chalk or pet. Okay, so first of all, obviously what we've done is if we have used over here is R, so if B in the value in B 10, okay, which is this one, if it's either W or either P, then the following text will appear, otherwise a blank cell will appear. Okay, so you can see over here, so it's pretty normal. And then we have to actually do some conditional formatting that we will say is that if the value in cell 14 is not displayed as blank, we have to format it. So for that, what we've done is you come into manage rules. Okay, I'll in fact even tell you how to do that. Let's say if you're here, you will come into manage rules, new rule, and you'll select use formula to determine which cells to format. And the condition that I've applied over here is, as you can see over here, is if I edit it, it's if the value is equals to, so is equals to B10, whatever is in B10, okay, if it's not empty. If it's not empty, then you format it, fill it with red and font color with white. So that's it. So if it's not empty. So let's say if this is empty, if I delete this, it will turn into white again, right? So here we go. So this was this particular part that we are referring to, right? Okay. Enter formula in cells B15 to B19 to display a blank cell rather than a value. If the strip foundations are not suitable for the site, the formula in the cell B15 must calculate the depth of the foundation in meters using the soil code and the soil moisture. So there are two things we have to look at. We have to look at the soil code and we have to look at the soil moisture level entered by the user. So if you look over here, the way I've done it is, again, a very simple thing in order to cater for the first statement that we had over here, which was this one, because they're saying enter formula to display blank cell rather than value if strip foundations are not suitable. So in order to do that, what we've done is if it's B10 is W or B10 is P, then display a blank cell. Otherwise, if the value in B12, as you can see over here, if the value in B12, if it's W, then vertically look up for the value in B10 from the following range, okay, if it's wet. So obviously you can see over here is, we have over here is the depth and the width. So depth of wet, depth of dry, width of wet, and width of dry. So since we're dealing with right now is wet, so we will be searching the value from the 7th column. Otherwise, obviously, if it's dry, we'll be searching from the 6th column. And in the same manner, we've done the same thing over here. The only difference is that if it's in case for the width, if it's W, if it's wet, then you search from the 5th column. Otherwise, you search from the 4th column, right? It makes very sense. It's particularly easy. So we've done this part, right? We've done this part as well, okay? In B17, must display the length of the foundation in meters, pretty easy. So we have to simply display, so if the value in C14, if the value in C14 is not empty, then display empty. Otherwise, just display the value which you have in B8. And in B8, I have the length of the wall, right? So that's the way we've done that, right? Display the length of foundation. B18, I'm talking about this particular part. B18 must calculate the volume of the foundation. The volume of the foundation is calculated as the following: foundation depth, foundation width, and foundation length. So in this particular case, what we've done is, same way, if this is not empty, then empty, otherwise multiply. Again, a pretty easy step, I would say. Next, what we have is this step, okay? Yes, this step, it is not very complicated, but if you are aware of the modulus, okay, modulus is the remainder, okay, you can use the remainder. So for example, you have 25 and you want to put 25 packets into six boxes, how much packets will be left? So you can use the mod for that, mod 25,6, okay? So mod basically gives you the remainder. So wherever you have to find the remaining value, we can use the mod. Okay, right. So in B19 must calculate the volume of the concrete required. This must be the volume of the foundation plus an extra 7% to allow for the spillage. Now, plus extra 7% for that, I would explain this. We would do is that 7% would mean 1.07, simple. Okay, we could multiply by 1.07. So on, because 7% is 0.07, so 1.07 could be used. So what we've done over here is we have simply done is that if the value in B7 is B, then you simply do is you multiply by 1.5. Okay, why have I done that? I'll tell you why. I'm sorry, not this one. I'm referring to this one. It's one step ahead. If C14 is not empty, then empty. Otherwise, what I've done is 0.7%, 1.07 multiply B18, and I've just rounded up. So quite an easy step, not difficult till now. So I don't think so. Some of the students were saying stuff, I don't believe in it. It's not very, yes, challenging, it is challenging. I agree with you, it's a bit more challenging than the Excel that came previously, but still, it is of face level. If the thickness of the wall is single brick, its weight is calculated as the following, okay? If the thickness of the wall is double, then it's calculated, it is twice obviously, so we multiply by 2. Okay, whatever we do over here, we just simply multiply by 2. If the structure is going to be built rather than a wall, its weight will be increased by 50%. This is where 1.5 was used. Okay, so let's, okay, right. Enter a formula in cell B20 to calculate the weight of the wall. Each brick weighs 3.5 kilograms. And so they've told us that how, these are two values that we need. One is this and one is this, so that we can use it over here. Well, how this has been done? Well, in B20, you can see over here is that I've said that if in B7, as you can see over here, is if it's B, okay? So we have to see that is it a freestanding wall or if it's building. So if it's a building, then we simply do is we write 1.5. Otherwise, we write 1. Why? Because later on, I'm multiplying with what? Let's have a look. What is this? Okay, so very cleverly done. So if the value in B11, as you can see in B11, I have is single or double. So, and they've mentioned how to calculate single. So if it's S, then you multiply these four things that they've mentioned. Otherwise, you do the same thing, but you multiply by 2. So pretty easy, I would say. It's again, not something very complicated. There was this paper in which this was 2012, okay, which such a kind of point came. Prepare for index and match. This was 2011 November paper, very interesting as well. So if you want to practice advanced Excel, you should go back to 2011 and 12 and 13. They're quite the same sort of things have been dealt with. I've always asked my students to do the AICT Excel and databases papers as well if you want to practice well. Okay, this is done. So right, we've done this. Right, okay, done. Then we are talking about point number 5. The pressure exerted by the wall is calculated as the following. Enter a cell in A21 to display a blank cell if the pressure exerted by the wall is less than the load bearing pressure for the soil type. Okay. Or display the text this. If the pressure exerted by the wall exceeds or is less than the load bearing pressure for the soil type. So you can see over here is, first of all, right? So in A21, what we've done is that if, as you can see here, B20, in B20, which I have is the weight of the wall, and I have divided it by basically the length of the wall. Okay, so divided it by the length of the wall. If this is greater than what? If it's greater than, search for whatever is in B10, okay, the code, and get the code from the range and get the data from here, from the 8th, the load bearing pressure. So I want to look at the soil code, and I want to get the load bearing pressure extracted out of the soil code. So VLOOKUP will be used. This is my lookup vector, and this is my resultant vector. Lookup vector, resultant vector. So after I've got the load bearing pressure, okay, if the load bearing pressure is greater than or equal to this calculation, then I will say exceeding foundation's load bearing. Otherwise, I would say it's empty, right? And the same sort of conditional formatting has been applied as well. Okay. Then we've done this one as well, right? Enter a formula in cell B20 to calculate the cost of the concrete for the foundation. So the cost of the concrete for the foundation will be calculated again. If it's not empty, then empty. Otherwise, we will simply do is, okay, now this is, sorry, I should be spending more time on it. So you have read the question, but again, just for those who have read the question, it's a rapid paper solution. So obviously I'm not expecting for everyone to do it step by step. You have to try yourself first, then you watch this video. So you know that that in a lorry can carry 6 cubic meters, right? So we need to find out how many space is left. They have told us that this formula is used to calculate the delivered cost for concrete for the foundations. So volume of concrete multiplied by the cost per cubic meter plus the volume of empty space. For this, we have to use the model, the cost of the empty portion. So you can see over here is, we have done is B19. Okay, so B19 over here is our volume of concrete. Okay, right? And then we are multiplying by the cost per cubic meter of concrete, which is 85.3, as you can see over here. And then what we're doing is plus. Now, what is this? This is the part I'm referring to. Modulus B19. Well, now B19, in B19, I have the volume of the concrete. I have the volume. I know this is my entire volume, but I have a question that says that it can fit 6 cubic meter, and I currently have is 13.4 cubic meter. So if I calculate the modulus of 13.6 and using modulus 6, whatever remainder I get, okay, I will subtract 6 from it. You get my point? So 6 is the maximum I can get, and if I minus from it is 1.2 or 3, whatever the remainder is left, okay, this is what I want. Now this is what I want, the volume of empty space. Okay, so 6 is what is required, I repeat, but let's say I have like 4.5 left, or let's say I have 3.2 left. So I have to do is that how much can fit in minus how much is the left over, like 2.2 has been left over after calculating the modulus, and I will get that output value. This is what we are referring to. And then what you do is you simply multiply it by F22, which is the empty portion, right? So we've done this part, run this part. So point number 9, we have to actually protect. I'll tell you how to protect column, AC, row, and all that. You have to do one by one. So what you'll do is, let's say I can select this particular, and first I have to unprotect. I just protected it. So I'll select this. I'll go into format, and I have to make sure this is not checked. It's unchecked. Okay. So the one that you don't want to get it locked. I don't want to lock this because I want to lock the rest of the thing, but I don't want to lock this. So what I'll do is I'll select this, and then I could simply go into protect, and I will just type over here is SA and SA. Now you can see is I can make changes over here. Okay, I can, but I cannot make changes over here. So this is how you protect basically. Then we have to actually create as a model. I have used this. You can see over here right now. You can see it that I have used a building with double Okay, so you can see as I have a building double and 30 meters in high. So it's 30 meters in high. It's 50 meters, sorry, 30 meters in length, 50 meters in height, built on wet sand. So all these are there, and this is the output that I get. You can even compare my output with the marking scheme. So this is the way this particular part of this paper was supposed to be done. You can please message me in my and YouTube channel as a comment. Okay, right? So till then, bye-bye.